Okay. So I'm here with Dr. Qureshi and Mom, and we're just going over. Dr. Qureshi is looking at all of Mom's paperwork and blood pressure levels, and all of the tests that she's had now in the past 10 days or so.
Okay. All right. So going through all the record, it seems like apparently she did not have any stroke. They did the CT scan that was negative.
Mm-hmm.
The echocardiogram looks fine. Her heart function is 65%, and no significant valve problems as well. So the echo looks pretty good. And the last time when she was here, we did the ultrasound of the neck to see the carotids, and there was like fine. So we did not see any blocking in the carotid arteries, except there was some cyst noted. Otherwise, that was incidental finding.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of the medication, tell me what I remember, she was started on amlodipine. It seems like she's not on amlodipine anymore, right?
No, well, we ended up, the irony was Dr. Satish on the 14th, on Thursday, wanted to take her off the amlodipine because up until that point her blood pressure wasn't like too radical, even though she was dizzy. And he just said it was temporary to begin with. But then as of Friday, when she collapsed and all that, when she went back into the hospital, they put her back on, they got it down dramatically by giving her the hydrolizine, thank you. And then they started giving her the amlodipine again in the hospital. And then they said to discontinue it when she got home. And so that's when we've been keeping records of her blood pressures, just to see how wildly they're changing. High to low, and both the top number and the bottom number.
So so at this moment, what she's taking for the blood pressure right now?
So right now she's taking 20 milligrams of lisinopril in the morning and 20 milligrams at night.
Okay. So no other medication at this moment, right?
For blood pressure? No, at this moment, no.
Okay. The rest of the medications she's on, but none of them are the heart medications. She is also taking aspirin, I see that, and Lipitor. So those are the three medications that she's taking for heart-related.
Okay.
So let me just examine her and see. The blood pressure that you gave me, 150/77, 139/90. I mean, some of the numbers are really, really high, but the other numbers are not that terribly high.
Well, let's see. That's why I wasn't sure how much the nurse had taken, but so I can share with you some more numbers because I've been keeping a list to show you how dramatically it has been changing.
So from heart standpoint, I think she's doing fine. We did the stress test, if you remember, last year.
Yep.
And the stress test was completely normal. So, and just now she had an echocardiogram, so that's also normal. So from heart standpoint, she's fine. I think it's just the blood pressure issue is the problem that needs to be addressed. And I think her symptoms of dizziness could be related to high blood pressure. That's what I think. Yeah.
Well, and then the vacillating also. It's vacillating too.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to pull it up.
All right. In the meantime, let me just listen to her.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Take a deep breath. Out. Again. Out. One more time. Out. Okay. All right. Just breathe normal now. Normal. All right. Good. Her heart sounds fine. Lungs are okay.
So this is if you just wanted to scroll. I should have highlighted some of these, like clearly that was how low had it gotten there. The 104, of course, then up in the 160s, 197 over 108, 182 over 104. And then some it normalizes, and then some of them start dropping again. another high one, another high one, another high one. And that was on discharge day, those three. And then you're gonna see a couple more that go, pretty low. So it's gotta be what's making it kind of go up and down.
I mean, her kidney function looks normal here. I see that, kidney is fine, his electrolytes were okay. Her hemoglobin is okay, her liver function is also normal. So, I mean, lab-wise, she looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All the testing that, she did, it seems like they were fine. So, I think as far as the blood pressure is concerned, I mean, along with lisinopril that she's taking, maybe we need to add like a small dose of another medication to kind of synergistically work with the lisinopril to control the blood pressure a little, to make it more stable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this age, we don't want her blood pressure to be very, very normal or very low. Okay,
Mhm.
low blood pressure is even more dangerous in her than a little bit on the higher side of the normal.
Mm-hmm.
So the normal should be around like 140 to 80 is considered to be normal. For her, any number around 140, around 80 is okay. We don't need to make it 120 or 110
Right.
or like 60 or 70, the bottom number. So, so I think, along with lisinopril, I'm going to add a small dose of metoprolol that may help to, take the edge off and may help to, stabilize the blood pressure a little better. I can start with a very small dose, rather than, starting on a full dose. We can start with, 12.5, metoprolol twice a day and see if that may help, and keep taking her blood pressure to see if it goes less than, 100, for example, then don't give that medication at that time, the top number.
Okay.
If the top number is less than 100, don't give that metoprolol then.
Okay.
Okay. If the heart rate is less than 55 or less than 60, then don't give the metoprolol.
Okay.
Because metoprolol does decrease the blood pressure, does decrease the heart rate as well.
Okay.
So, but we can start with a small dose and see how how the body reacts to that, okay?
Okay. The other thing that they actually, I don't know if this is more for you or actually it's probably more for the neurologist, but they did have a neurologist check her out. And for like what she calls her shaking, she gets kind of shaky. And he said that his, what he said was that it was, what's the name? It was tremors. I forget the name of the tremors. Orthotremors?
Orthotremors.
Orthotremors. And it's normally associated with Parkinson's, but he said she had no signs of Parkinson's, but he said he gave her this like carb levo, a small dose to see if that would help with her dizziness, but in fact it actually made it more dizzy, so they actually took her off that after 2 days. So I guess that's probably more something to mention to her neurologist tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so I think that let's go with this, metoprolol, like a small dose,
Okay.
and then we'll see how, she reacts. I'd like to see her like in 4 weeks just to get the idea
Okay.
how she's feeling.
Okay.
And then if she's stable, if her blood pressure seems relatively stable, then we'll just keep it on this medication.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. But just to let you know, your heart is good.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right?
good.
And she did not have any stroke as per the
No.
counseling.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right, you can